Hey, this is Devin Nash bringing you another video and another story today. This is one of my favorite stories, and it starts with a very wealthy businessman. He's like the king of Wall Street. Decides for the first time in years to take a vacation. So he heads down to Mexico because he's heard that the beaches are awesome, that no one's going to bother him. He's going to have a great time, drink some beers. Sure enough, he gets to Mexico. He goes and sits on a pier about early afternoon, just to enjoy the sun. Pops open a beer and says, "This is great. Glad I don't have to worry about work for once until I get back." And he's sitting there for a while and he sees this fisherman pull in a little dinghy boat, super small, and he's got like 4 fish. Looks kind of poor, has like a straw hat on. And he asks him, he says, "Hey, are you a fisherman?" And the fisherman says, Yeah. He goes, "Oh, what's your life like? What do you do?" Fisherman says, "Well, in the morning I go out and I catch a few fish. These fish here," he holds up the 4 fish he has. "I fish just enough to feed my family tonight. And then this afternoon I'm going to go play some soccer with my friends, and in the evening I'm going to play my guitar for my family, and I'm going to hang out with my kids. And then I'll probably go to bed and wake up tomorrow and I'll maybe go fish again." And the business guy goes, "Oh man, I really? Like, that's your life?" And the fisherman goes, Yeah, it's really great." And the business guy is just like, "Dude, all right, like, we got to sit down for a second. I'm a big time dude on Wall Street, and I have millions of dollars. I've made millions of dollars. Let me tell you, I can teach you to make millions of dollars." A fisherman like sits down, he's like, "Whoa, really? You can teach me to make millions of dollars?" And he goes, Yeah, it's easy. Okay, so first thing you do, you need to eventually hire another person and get a boat." And the fisherman goes, "Oh, okay, so like, how do I do that?" And he says, "Well, you got to work way more than you're working right now. You need to actually work, I'd say like maybe 15, 16 hours. You got to catch as many fish as possible and sell them to the local markets around here and make a profit." And the fisherman goes, "Okay, yeah, so I'll make more money." And he goes, "Yeah, and then you use that money to buy another boat and to hire someone. And now you have 2x. You have 2x the production. You got 2x the fish. And then that guy's working 16 hours a day." He says, "Okay, and then what do I do?" He says, "Well, you keep doing this. You keep building more boats, and you get up to the point where you have like maybe 5 or 6 boats of 5 or 6 people." Fisherman goes, "Oh, wow." He's like, "Okay." And he's like, "At that point, you're making a ton of money. Actually, you're making so much money that you probably got so much fish that you can't even supply the local markets. You're going to have to move, maybe like Los Angeles or to like a bigger city. Maybe you have to move to Mexico City where you can actually feed more people and have more markets. You can make more money. At this point, you're going to have like hundreds of thousands of dollars. You're going to have like huge fishing fleets. You're going to be really big." And the fisherman is like amazed. He's like, "Whoa, I can't believe I can do this." The business guy goes, "Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to work really, really hard, but you can do all this." The fisherman goes, "Well, so after I have all this money and I've got all these fishing fleets, like, what am I gonna do?" And the businessman goes, "Well, I guess that basically you could not have to work that much anymore, and you can pretty much just work in the mornings and maybe catch a few fish if you want to, but you don't have to. And then in the afternoon, you can probably go play soccer with your friends, and then in the evening, you can just play your guitar for your family and go hang out and go to bed." And that's the whole story. that's the whole thing. And the moral is, his life was exactly the same before he started the whole quest to get all these riches and money and everything. I think this teaches us that happiness is right here. It's not out there. It's not in more money. There's so many stories. You listen to any person that has a lot of money, they will tell you, "I did not find my happiness in money." And you can also go to a lot of peer-reviewed research, and you can look at India, and you can look at all the poorest countries in the world, and they have some of the lowest rates of neurological disorders. They have some of the lowest rates of depression. They're some of the happiest people. They're living on $1 a day, and they do suffer, and their lives are hard. But they don't have these problems that we have. We want more and more and more. One thing that I want you to take away from this story, I hope, is that happiness is something that is right here. It's something that you find in yourself. And it's interesting that so many of us try to live these lives where we're always trying to get more and more and more. It's interesting, I think a lot about how I live and how I spend my time. And that I moved to a big city so that I could pursue being a CEO and doing all this stuff. And I can tell you 1,000%, I am not happier than I was when I was just living with my family in the woods somewhere. it's a different kind of challenge, and I love the challenge. I love being challenged, but true happiness is it's in here. It's something you find in yourself. If anything, the only reason why I have happiness when I'm doing this really tough job is like the stuff around it. It's the meditation. It's the experience of going to do yoga and exercising and challenging myself to learn more. It's those experiences, but the actual job and all the stuff that comes with it, it's hard as hell. And it's really a great story. I think about that story all the time, and I hope that you take this story with you and that it provides you something to you realize that when you always want more and you're always looking for more out of your life, maybe the happiness is just right there, and maybe you're already there. Maybe you're already the fisherman. So I hope that story is valuable to you. Leave a comment if it is. Subscribe if you really like the channel. I'll be doing more videos, and I really appreciate you coming out for this video. Thank you for watching it. See you again next time.